Hello, hello. Hi everyone. So we'll pick up from where we had left yesterday. And let me just do this. Here. Right. I think we're set. Yep. So let's revise. अभी तक हम लोग कहाँ तक पहुँचे थे? We majorly have these ESP-IDF ये फ्रेमवर्क है, ये नया लाइब्रेरी मैं बना रहा हूँ क्लीन से. लास्ट टाइम आई वाज एबल टू रन द थिंग्स. Also created. Okay, that is just the document history. Which document is that? Readme. Okay. Yeah, so I had done some brainstorming. Scaffolding. It is very important when you're like you start from basics, but as your system grows, you kind of wanna split into right amount of folders, because that segregation helps you think of complex project into modules, छोटे components में, and then you can write bigger systems. So what I have done is कि there will be majorly ये सारी चीज़ें होंगी जिसमें ये और ये तो external dependency will add that, touch also will add, modem also will add, phone core हम modem में भी I think it will be mainly 80 commands. App events is like a event bus type का चीज हम बनाएंगे, and then we have UI cell. So that's just, and earlier we were working on this ESP32 board with 2.8 TFT screen. तो हमने ये टेस्टिंग वेस्टिंग कर ली. This is working good. We have something working, and now what we're gonna do is we'll basically move to our K-Tron board. Right. That. Let's fix this. Go to this shit. Anyway, so I had asked this, and temp को बंद कर, इसको भी बंद ही करते हैं, एक ही रखते हैं. So we'll keep on discussing things with AI while we write the code. See, directly if you want to build something जो आपका फील्ड का नहीं है, and if we'll go there, it becomes difficult because वो डिसिप्लिन का नॉलेज नहीं है आपके पास, राइट? Generally what I would suggest is थोड़ा AI के साथ गाइडेंस लेते रहो, but while doing that try to learn as much as possible the related concepts. तो विल रीड हियर, यहाँ पे हेडर फाइल्स खोलेंगे, यहाँ सोर्स खोलेंगे, यहाँ पे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है। तो pull up the board also. And I believe better if we solder everything right now. So अभी का electronic system doesn't look nice. So I think we will be using a lot of pins and better we solder these things. What do you guys suggest? Like, should we go ahead and write to the code first or do the hardware part? I think hardware हम बाद में करते हैं, पहले basic code layer लिख लेते हैं, because code ready हो जाएगा तो it will be easier. और थोड़ा बोर्ड का डेटा शीट भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा हमें. And whenever you are using a component, it is initially overwhelming to see those information if you're not coming from the same field, but once you start reading it multiple times, शुरू में 1-2% समझ में आएगा, फिर 10 आएगा, फिर 20 आएगा, फिर 40-50 तक आ जाएगा. So in order to reach that level, you have to marinate yourself in that field. Get yourself marinate with that knowledge, and that can only happen if you start reading those data sets. Okay, so yeah, the speaker, keeping these separate. Okay, so let's start the code part first, and I had asked it to, this is it, this is also this way. Also, I give a lot of importance to where my windows are. I will switch to Tmux eventually कि एक ही विंडो पे सारी चीज़ें हो, but for now this is it. So I had asked it to create a MVP readme, standalone project TFT screen, K-tron ESP32 ports. तो अभी तो हम सिंपल इस पे यही राइट कर लेते हैं ना. हाँ, ये राइट करके चेक कर लेते हैं. So I hang my board here. ये भी एक वैसे स्टैंडर्ड प्रैक्टिस में आप ऐड कर लो कि कनेक्टिविटी चेक और बेसिक फंक्शनैलिटी चेक टाइप का एक स्टेप होता है. So before I move forward and do complex things, I will do very simple testing. And this testing could be as simple as like whether my device is getting detected, whether I'm able to flash, boot, compile and everything. Get one of these cables, they're super handy. And K-tron board comes with 2 USB-C type. One is for 4G USB directly to connect, वो हो नहीं पा रहा था. And there is ESP UART, so we'll do UART. So in Linux everything is like file. You must have heard that, right? So this is our device, right? तो हमारा ये ESP32 है, 32S3 है, right? We'll activate the source here. Wait, अभी हम ज़्यादा कुछ कोड लिखेंगे नहीं, ठीक है. तो हमने सोर्स कर लिया. मेरा आइडिया था सेट टारगेट ESP32S3. you'll see it built something. And if you remember, हम build के कुछ type भी देख पा रहे थे, size, I remember. Yep. The reported file size may be and there is in the technical reference manual to do observe memory and application configuration. Reported file size related to the application is not included by default. It can be reliably determined to there was something called size components, if I believe. Okay. And then we had build arguments. Cat build flash arguments. Sorry. Why I'm doing the same thing? Because वो memory में फिर बैठ गया. So yes, just like last time, ये तीन data चीजें वहाँ पे write होंगी. Now I can do IDF into flash. Right. The application started. This is what we wrote here, right? My boot got flashed with this data, which is fine. हेडफोन हटा ही देता और वहाँ पे थोड़ा स्क्रीन जूम कर दो. बंदा हूँ छोटा कोड है. It's not streaming chat. Okay, I started streaming very recently, so I will need some time. So, ठीक है. Okay, I'm gonna. By the way, people who are new to the stream, thank you so much for joining. I will increase the size. जैसे ये बड़ा कर दिया मैंने and ये भी बड़ा कर दिया. अभी के लिए I don't think we need this. We need this. Just a simple C program. तो हम क्या करना चाह रहे हैं? This is a Keytron board which comes with the GSM module and we are gonna use this to और यहाँ पे SIM लगेगा and we're gonna use it to build a prototype phone kind of जिससे हम बात कर सके. If you remember old days, so this will be our speaker. ये मैंने कागज से रैप करके बनाया, इससे बात होगी. It will look funny and once what's the advantage of this is कि if you control everything from hardware to software, you can do any kind of shit with it, right? वो traditional जो accepted definition of phone है, you have the full freedom to change that, right? So we're gonna do that. There's one thing that we see here is detected size is much larger than the size of the binary. So believe there is something called IDF.py configure menu, not configure report, configure. And then grep configure, reconfigure is there, but reconfigure, oh, it was menu config, I believe. Menu config. Yep. Yeah, if you'll go there, so this is again IDF.py gives you a lot of utility functions. Think of it as like a program just say through you get some commands to control how this framework talks to your hardware and what is the expectation, because everything is running at very low level, right? So even though we are using a framework right now, IDF ka, but tomorrow we'll go bare metal, but you are kind of in a way controlling just memory, nothing more than that. And me just change this to extended speed. Yeah, then it is easier. कि अभी मैं इसी पे ही काम करूँगा. स्क्रीन को यहाँ ले आते हैं and स्क्रीन यहाँ ले आते. ये नहीं आएगा क्या? Yes. You creating phone or feature of phone calling. Use phone to read chat. I'm really sorry, guys. Like, yes, I am creating a phone, but currently a lot of components we are. So I come from a software engineering background. So electronics का उतना idea नहीं है मेरे को, but I believe उतना complex भी नहीं है. I can figure it out. धीरे धीरे करके हो जाएगा. And it will have feature of calling, phone call होगा and messages भेज पाओगे, everything. And yeah, I am a stream newbie. So what I will do is I will add phone messages, and then I'm thinking of adding like IMU sensor डाल के I'm thinking of adding some kind of like कुछ idea है. I don't want to reveal it right now, but वो सारी चीजें करेंगे हम. So yep. So here it is saying 2 MB and 16 MB, I believe. What was the value? I forgot. Anyway, so we'll just go back to queue. It will ask us to save. Yes. What is it saying? 16 38 KB. I believe that is 16 MB only, right? Yeah. So see, whenever you are working on something, do not ignore these warnings also, because they also tell you a lot of things. Learn to read the error message and warning messages. Can you say about you? I am new here. Oh, hi. I like, what specific do you want to know about me? I'm also new to the whole stream thing. I started like a day or two back, and I used to work like this, but then I thought ki maybe some of the people who will be interested in understanding electronics, or people who are coming from software engineering. So I've worked in software engineering field for around 11 years. So if you guys have any queries, I can help you that. So I have done on the higher scale, like writing AI applications. अभी के time पे जो चल रहा है, orchestration layer. I have built voice AI agent, complex AI systems for the companies. What you did something like nothing personal, just okay. Yeah. So yeah. And I always feel like the society has अब ये थोड़ा philosophical हो जाएगा, but society creates or in a way puts you in specific streams कि you are a mechanical engineer or you are an electronics guy, and even after that you go into creating more specialization in that field. यदि कोई developer भी है तो कोई front end developer बन जाता है, कोई back end, and this is just stupid. We all are human beings, सबके पास दिमाग है, and you all can use to learn anything which you want. मेरे को थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट हार्डवेयर में भी आ रहा है, तो I'm just figuring it out, and these streams are basically going to be that journey. So people who know that things might feel कि मैं जैसे कल के स्ट्रीम में I didn't know about unions, so in C, तो मैं स्ट्रीम पे फिगर आउट कर रहा था, एंड आई डोंट फील असेम्ड ऑफ दैट, एंड नीदर शुड यू इफ यू डोंट नो द बेसिक्स. सो दैट्स इट. एंड सो कभी भी दुनिया जो बोलती है, डू नॉट फॉलो दैट. expand your breadth of knowledge, do dedicated work, and you will just be good at it. like खुशी मिलेगी तुमको. Oh, you're a full stack developer. You lost your first job. That's fine. Do not worry about those things. Like I, I, I know it's very easy for me to say, and for you it might be a big deal. I have gone through a similar shit in the past. Like मेरे first job में ही ऐसा हुआ था. But once you start seeing the bigger picture, कि it's job is just a part of your life, and mm, if you want to basically find a job, my suggestion would be to AI-fy your resume right now. So let's say if you're a full stack developer, maybe add something related to बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट कि मैंने कुछ एक दो फ्रेमवर्क्स के नाम डाल दो, जैसे लैंगचेन लैंग्राफ यूज़ किया है, ओपन एआई का एडीके एसडीके यूज़ किया है, आई बिल्ट दिस काइंड ऑफ एआई ऑटोमेशन सिस्टम, रैग वैग डाल दो. ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स इफ यू ऐड टू योर रेज्यूमे, इट लुक्स एटलीस्ट तुम्हारा फर्स्ट लेवल ऑफ शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग होने के चांसेस बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाते हैं इफ़ यू, क्योंकि मार्केट हैज़ चेंज्ड अ लॉट एंड करेंटली nobody is looking for just software developer because writing software has become easy. I can, if you guys want, I can stream that for you कि कोई भी complex चीज I am able to write very easily. And so AI-fy your resume. That would be the first thing. And start doing solo projects. छोटी छोटी चीजें कर दो. And do not worry about my stacks are related to Node, Express, TypeScript, React, Next.js, and all of those AI things like agentic AI development. Yeah. See, the society, the IT industry itself doesn't know what does it mean to be a AI developer. From my point of view, all backend engineers are AI engineers because it's again the same plumbing shit. Nobody is writing base models or developing base models या फिर high level पे training कर रहे हैं खुद की data company में आके, right? It's just API integrations in the end, right? So if you are a backend engineer or full stack engineer, you already have that stack. Just you have to know how to sell yourself. Can you tell me how to plan project? What is your way of doing things since your 11 years of experience? I want to learn from you. I would suggest, by the way, guys, that warning which was there, if you see, it is gone. SPI flash, once we fixed it, वो RAM, now it is able to detect. And इसका advantage क्या होगा कि whatever program I'll write, the build command is going to allocate the memory properly, and when I'll be writing RTOS tasks, they will be I'll be able to give them enough stack space to be used when we flash it on the Catron board. Regarding project, my suggestion would be just find your interest, man. Just as simple as that. हाँ, जिस काम में तुमको मजा आता है उसको डिजिटलाइज कर लो. It could be as simple as कि सब्जी लाने का काम है, या मम्मी 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 के लिए कुछ बना दो कि मम्मी ये लो छोटा सा मैंने आपके लिए ऐप बना दिया है, या आपके लिए ये करता है. Solve it for that. Please. No. See, I had started, by the way, when I went in to get into embedded system. It's been a week or so, and I had mostly done my work in Node.js, TypeScript, similar to your stack, and I had started my career with Java, but now I am changing my whole path, so I'm still new to both C and Rust, so I cannot comment on that, but allow me some time, and maybe after a month I'll stream about it and you and I can get on the stream together. Anyway, so our board is here. Now we have multiple components, and I was thinking of writing some kind of math library because I recently wrote a 3D engine in C, so this will have that. What else can we do, or should we go right into soldering these pins? Let me read the readme. What does the AI suggest? for next. So it's not standard when building it in both utility touch stacks. And the first time it should be ESP32 CAN control. It's this we have already tested. Native audio path we have already tested. TFT screen Catron without stealing modem pins. This is important. So there are some of the pins that are already used, and Catron board will be able to find here, right? ESP32 4G dev kit, Catron dev board, and right find this. Where is this docs vendor test? So CT docs inside vendor. I can just do npx serve this is an HTML, and I have not added the plugin to render it. So just go read it here, and we'll have to find the data sheet. We have to find its data sheet. How to overcome imposter syndrome? Oh, you can never, trust me. I've tried that like multiple times, and it's a very human nature. It doesn't have to do just with your field. It's how we as a human always feel about ourselves. Like that is the main problem. Like we tend to judge ourselves a lot, and that is the main problem. So think from scratch. You only have your foundation plus effort when using. And please, thank you, Wawa Woovi. Yes. Please, since you guys are my first viewers, I would really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. I'm very new to this shit, so even I feel weird saying it. But yeah, if you like the content, then only. Otherwise, you can just leave a comment which will leave scar in my life forever, and I'll stop streaming. So this is that board, and we need to find what are the pins that are available. The 44 extension pin, okay. UART. Okay, GPIO mapping. Okay, so this is my S3 pin, and this is A72S pin. Okay, 17 RFTFT, so simple. 16 is this ring indicator. So all of these pins, I believe we cannot use, right? All other remaining GPIOs are free to use. So I need to be sure that I don't use these things. Always keep a notebook where you're working. ये बहुत अच्छी हैबिट है. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 अपने पास नहीं है. फिर अपने पास 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. सी एक बार ऐसे लिखोगे ना तो इट्स इजियर टू रिमेम्बर द पैटर्न कि 9 से 20 तक कुछ नहीं है और 15 भी खाली है. नीचे यूज हो रहा है क्या? नहीं हो रहा है. तो ये सारे पिन्स अपने गए. So this is embedded system dev is what those cell towers G's are made about. This broke like my back. That's a good one. I think those might just use Linux, but still low level to consider it embedded. Fed up my vendor, thanks. Yeah. I would say even by the way, guys, was under the impression जैसे Mac operating system मेरे को नहीं पसंद था because that's again ignorance. I would say ignorance है वो, क्योंकि later I came to know कि Mac OS is also OpenBSD based. So whatever system you have, you continue exploring that system, how it works. क्योंकि कुछ कुछ फंडामेंटल चीज़ें सिमिलर ही होती हैं. USB data line, this indicates call or message. There's another idea that I'm thinking, and I don't know how good that could be. So these pins are basically indicating call or SMS, right? So what if I add some kind of safe circuitry and use these pins even though it has been told not to use, and to add LED or something just to indicate whether I got a message or a call. We'll do that, but I don't want to like do too much to destroy this. Reset pin. Okay. This. Oh, it doesn't tell about. So yeah, see, all of these are LEDs, right? Oh, okay. This diagram is kinda necessary for us. So let's take a screenshot. ये पड़ा रहा है, हैंडी रहे, डेस्कटॉप पे रहेगा तो जल्दी जल्दी देख पाएंगे. By the way, like, does anyone know like why do they name pins like this different? And I do understand this part कि यहाँ पे power and ground you want to keep like very opposite, diagonally opposite, which makes sense. Sort out करने से बचेगा. Rest of the pin का naming convention, like I have multiple boards, उसका order ही नहीं समझ में आता. I don't see the pattern, or maybe it is just based on the efficiency of the path when you're building that whole, compacting that whole big circuit into IC. Or is there any pattern? Because I have seen one and two here in multiple boards. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, 48 pins. Why does it say 44? Then how come we got GPIO 48? ये मेरे दिमाग ना बेसिक सवाल जब अटक जाता है ना तो शॉर्ट हो जाता है. There are 44 pins, then how can you have a name of GPIO 48? बीच में कुछ गैप भी है क्या? एंड उल्टा कम होना चाहिए क्योंकि ग्राउंड यूज हो रहा है, वीन हो रहा है, 3 वोल्ट हो रहा है, रीसेट पिन है, GPIO पोर्ट चैनल है मुझे कहीं. या फिर गैप है क्या नंबर्स में? ऑब्वियसली मतलब डेफिनेटली गैप होगा तभी तो ऐसे हो रहा है. You guys wanna do stupid thing? Smart thing. Let's do smart thing. I have GPT plus somewhere. Y P GPIO 48 FB. while it figures it out. ठीक है, तो 17, 18, 16 से 20 तक वाला हमारे काम करनी है। ये 16, 17, 18, 19, 20। ये तो बहुत ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, ये तो रैंडमली है। ठीक है, और 10, 11, 12। See again, why I'm investing time in this? क्योंकि मिस्टेक नहीं हो, एंड there is this term that I have been using very early कि you have to marinate in the knowledge। तो थोड़ा खुद को उसमें, ऐसा होता है ना कि रात में चावल डाल के फूलने छोड़ दिए, एक दो बार देखना पड़ेगा तभी आपको वो जमेगा दिमाग में। 13, 14। ओ ये इजी है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक का कुछ मेरे काम का नहीं है। So all of this 4G bus is gone. Oh, they have also suggested adding this, which makes sense. So, ये भी 4G वाला अपने काम का नहीं है। ठीक है, can be routed to 4G module USB or disconnect by USB select switch. Okay, this is the USB select switch. ESP32 रीसेट एंड बूट बटन। ठीक है, यहाँ एंटीना लगेगा, लाइट एलईडी है। ठीक है, बैक साइड स्पीकर, माइक्रोफोन, UART इंटरफेस debugging. What my understanding is, UART is like RxTX only, right? तो ये RxTX वाला केबल भी इन्होंने दिया है, इसको मैं डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट करके डिबग कर सकता हूँ। तो देयर आर 2 चिप्स, A7672S, उसके लिए ये। ओके, ठीक है, ऑडियो इंटरफेस चाहिए। ठीक है, कोड अपने को देखने का जरूरत नहीं, कोड तो देयर आर एग्जाम्पल 80 कमांड्स। Okay, alrighty. So I think the first thing we can do is कि phone जैसे on हो, it gives a call to my phone. भाभी, मेरे पास तो फोन ही नहीं, we have a dummy phone, yes. तो आई थिंक ये कर सकते हैं कि द मोमेंट इट बूट, नहीं भैया, इसका नंबर बता दीजिएगा ना। रुकिए 1 सेकेंड, अब नहीं, हाँ ठीक है, आई एम ट्रस्टिंग यू गाइस। नंबर वंबर लीक होगा तो तुम लोग परेशान नहीं करोगे। तो अपने को करना क्या है, इससे उस मोडेम को बात करवाना है ओवर UART। तो हमारा पहला माइलस्टोन जो है ये, और इसके लिए इसने पिन ऑलरेडी लिख दिया था। इसमें 13 नहीं, हाँ लिखा है। Void this pin. Standalone touch is gone. Do not use kit on board. What? Okay, we did that LCD screen wala, so it is suggesting do not use those pins, which makes sense because it's a different board. Now audio description, it says mic, earphone, this we know. Fiction. We are not interested in all this. तो सिंपल थिंग जो हम लास्ट टाइम किए थे, हमने कुछ हेडर फाइल्स एक्सप्लोर किए थे, राइट? तो विल डू सिमिलर थिंग. सबसे पहले ESP log ऐड कर देते हैं. ESP log was it? And then we can write similar thing here by doing something like this. It was ESP log I guess. Yep. And tag we can use something like this, where I can just define a tag by saying phone MVP. We'll call it this, or let's call it tag only. Tag is like, if you have used like Node.js हो ना, तो विंस्टन लाइब्रेरी जो होती है ना, उसी टाइप का है. ये थोड़ा सा आगे प्रिपेंड कर देगा. So I'll call it, what should we call it? Like, I'll keep this open while you guys suggest some name, and we'll call the tag and formatted string, and this could be something like we'll just do application starter. Application started. And we'll delete this, and we'll now do ESP warning. We'll do the tag. Oh, this is like a good idea that I got is, what if every phone has that feature that if you don't, automatically whenever you turn it on, it calls you and sends you GPS location. Nobody can fucking steal your shit. Initiating call to master. Survey. All right. Back. What? Okay. All right. And then we do, and I'm printing that specifically in red, just to see all the different colors we can use. Nothing to do with we yank it, we go to the paste it. Not how you do it, you paste it here. Okay. What do I know? New to this shit. And we log error, and we call we'll just take call connected for now, but later we'll control that. And since we are doing this, we don't need this. Yeah, right. Compile this shit, build this shit, and flash this shit. When it does that, I have done ML. Is it in TensorFlow? And do you think you could implement RL controller, for example? Oh, see, I have not done core ML part, but I do know the maths behind it. I have written my own autodef engines. I have written my own GPT, small GPT, nano GPT, inspired by Andrej Karapathy lesson. And so I understand the maths behind it. I tried using TensorFlow, but I did that for a small time. You stay with your parents or you stay alone? Since in India we all stay together until they pass. Oh my god, dude, this is a personal question. Okay. 1, 2, Let's do this. Uh, do, uh, make it. What? Let me also, I think now that we want to make a call, we'll have to connect this antenna. Apparently कभी कभी वो connection नहीं दिखाता है. I believe if it is showing, it is already showing net connection. Oh, it has GNSS also, but there is no chip there. Maybe we can mount on top of it. Okay. So let me just connect this. Now, so मैंने तुझे देखा हंसते हुए. So whatever we're planning to do, it started, application started initiating call to master wing and call connected is happening. We are logging. All we need to do is just simply put those drivers in place. And again, we don't want to learn by just copy pasting shit from here and there. We want to explore. We are explorers of. Hey, why is it like इधर जाना है इसने बताया क्या? Because GPIO 43 is not pin 48 on this boarding. 44 header pins. Header pin 32 has GPIO 48. That does not mean status. क्या कहना क्या चाह रहा है भाई? सिंपल सा क्यों नहीं बता सकता? I want to know outcome. अच्छा, let's just call it this. Does GPIO pins start from 0 to 48? Total pin count is 44. I'm just intentionally giving it contradictory argument so it corrects me. And इसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को क्या भाई ये बार बार खुल जा रहा है. और दैट कुड बी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, क्योंकि ये वेबसाइट तो नहीं पुल करेगा. तो कुछ जो सर्वर है ना npx सर्व जो बनाया, मे बी दैट इज पुलिंग माई विंडो बैक टू बैक देयर. कुछ सिंपल सा नहीं बोला ना. नोटिस देयर आर मिसिंग, दीज आर मिसिंग. हाँ, सो दिस इज माई ऑल्सो गेस कि कुछ पिन नंबर्स ना मिसिंग होंगे. तो 0 से 21 होता है और 26 से 48 है. ओके, मेक सेंस. सो which one do I like? I guess this one, because I always prefer anything which comes with tick marks. इसको मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ. It had nothing to do with Chrome. Close the shit out of this Windows. पर इसको भी बंद कर दो, ये हमें नहीं चाहिए. And now हमें चाहिए UART. And this is phone documentation. This we don't need. This is that header file. So we'll do ff UART.h. Yes. So we'll go through this first. इसके लाइब्रेरी में पढ़ेंगे FreeRTOS, HAL, UART types. दो चीजें मेजरली आपको समझनी होती है हेडर फाइल्स जब भी खोलना. What are the structure data types that has been defined and what are the methods it is exposing, like interfaces. Classes वैसे थोड़ी देर में खाता हूँ. तो देखो, और इसको पढ़ने ही सीख लोगे ना, तो दैट इज मोर बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू देन एनीथिंग एल्स. आई एम नॉट एन एक्सपर्ट, आई एम ऑल्सो लर्निंग, बट आई नो दिस इज द राइट वे. So UART config T is a type def where it is asking for baud rate, data bits, UART word length, parity bit, stop bit, flow control, RX control code. There's a union. There is another struct inside the struct. Okay. What else? UART config T. अच्छा, ये इंटरप्ट का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है, ठीक है. कुछ टाइप डेफ है इवेंट के, ये भी देख लेते क्या है. डेटा है, ब्रेक है, बफर फुल है, फीफो ओवीएक्स, कैपेसिटी ऑफ द आरएक्स से बढ़ गया है, पैरिटी बिट, सिग्नल ट्रिगर्ड, मैक्सिमम इंडेक्स. ओके. देन देयर इज यूआरट इवेंट टी. ऑलराइट. ड्राइवर इंस्टॉल. Brief. Install your driver and set UART to the default configuration. Let me zoom it in ताकि सबको पढ़ना इजी हो जाए. ठीक है. Then driver delete, UART install, set word length, UART get word length, install. जल्दी कर लेते हैं because we have only like 35%. enable RX disable, ठीक है. कुछ कमांड हैं. FreeRTOS config, ये config whatever we read on the top वो configuration है. राइट बाइट हो रहा है, राइट बाइट हो रहा है, UART फ्लश हो रहा है, ठीक है. बफर्स हैं, बॉड रेट है, अनदर लो पीरियड है, पीरियड पास पीरियड, नेक्स्ट पीरियड है, ठीक है. ओके. सो ये तो हमें लगेगा ही लगेगा. तो वो व्हाट विल डू. एंड डिड यू गाइस थिंक ऑफ एनी नेम बाय द वे? क्या नाम करना से सेम एवरीवेयर. You guys are having fun, interesting. We'll call it banana because who needs apple? Oh, I love lychee. Let's put lychee. We'll call it lychee phone. A lychee phone. We want a lychee phone. Dude, you what? But it is inside driver, I believe. Driver slash UART. Right. And then it says ठीक है. And then it is asking me to define those ports. Okay. ठीक है. कुछ headers चाहिए, that I understand. Let me comment it and say GPIO cons. Why I'm calling it cons क्योंकि later we'll move it to different file. We'll keep our main file as small as possible. That's why I've created these segments. UART num2 modem UART TX GPIO. ये है GPIO पिन नंबर 18. Then you have GPIO. Then GPIO mapping which is GPIO num17. अब ये भी देख लेना कि हाँ, I wish I was expert in Vim because I have seen this lazy people who, if they write it. By the way, this GPIO num 1817, this is how you access those things. Naming conventions. So let's keep these things formatted. It's easier to read because we are gonna be good developers. This is supposed to be word Alex GPIO. What else we need? Baud rate. Modem. UART. Baud rate. 200. 115,200. 200. And then we'll define modem UART buffer size. बूफर साइज अभी देखो अभी क्या है ना थोड़ा थोड़ा हम गाइडेंस लेके कर लेंगे बट देन विल आल्सो इन्वेस्टिगेट ईच एंड एवरी लाइन कि व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इनसाइड व्हाई वी आर डूइंग व्हाट वी आर डूइंग सो दैट वी नो एंड टू एंड क्या चल रहा है वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड एंड टू एंड थिंग्स ना तो दैट गिव्स यू फ्रीडम ऑफ customizing thing based on your need तो तुमको सही लगे. Alright, let's save this and we had UART config I believe, right? UART versus let's do next. UART config T. Yeah. So we need this yank word, I believe. Does it work here? Paste. Oh, yeah, it worked. You guys have no idea how much I've struggled to learn just that copy paste. UART config. We'll put that inside also. No issues. ठीक है अभी बाहर रखते हैं. And we already have included so it should give suggestions when I go into insert now. Awesome. The baud rate I've already decided, right? Modem UART baud rate, which makes sense. What are the things? Flags, flag control, data bits. Data bits are UART 8 bits data. Does it come as part of these are some okay so when I had included this it gave me this and these are the definitions so maybe we should look into this also. See this is what I was telling you. Yank the word come here place pasty and apparently it's not there so where is it? So if we go to A B C D E F G H I J K L M we had included okay ESP driver UART include driver ESP driver UART okay they split it outside but that's how it looks like right earlier it was inside now they have naming convention से भी आप guess कर सकते हो कि क्या हुआ होगा what is the history of that the components ESP driver UART here then it's include driver UART include driver UART so this is where we are and this is I can do here also right okay that directly gives me that example but I'm interested in define something hash dot star. Yes, kind of something like this, but this is like ESP-BT, I believe, is Bluetooth. Does Bluetooth also work like this UART based, like single 8-bit communication channel? Why not? For this, we have like, okay, we'll go through quickly to see which काम का है क्या. हर जगह तो यूसेज ही है. यूसेज. Oh, okay, this is something UART VFS.c. Okay, this is useful. UART types. Oh, see, finally, it was worth investing time. It was not. We'll move forward. तो थोड़ा और डीप में घुसेंगे. Then we have parity is equal to UART parity disable dot bits equal to UART of bits 1 dot. By the way, guys, I am just following currently the commands which AI has told me. हम इसको थोड़ा डीप डाइव करेंगे. कुछ चीज़ें हमें समझ में आ रही है. That's how you learn. जो समझ में आ रहा है उसको लेते जाओ, जो नहीं समझ में आ रहा है उसको फिगर आउट कर लेंगे ऑन द वे. क्लॉक डिफॉल्ट. ठीक, तो हमने ये कॉन्फ़िगरेशन UART की बना दी. Next step is this modem UART port है. यहाँ पे इनिशिएट करने बोल रहा है. ठीक है, say something like UART param config जो हमने बनाया है, इसमें UART port T है, right? And did we just define UART port T? No, we did not. But this is UART port T, okay. And then this is UART config T. Config T we definitely defined here. So this UART config can go there and W paste and delete end of the word. Delete end of the word. And it was a pointer, so we'll be sending address, and then we'll do modem UART port. Okay, now one of the practices that I've been recently following is कि पूरा बना के नहीं फ्लैश करना है. It's wiser to keep building in between. जब तुमको लग रहा है कि हाँ, you'll not run it, you'll just build it. थोड़ा थोड़ा बिल्ड करके उसको चेक करते रहो कि चल रहा है कि नहीं. So the build was successful. Right now we need to do set pin and driver install. So the other methods are पिन, रीसेट पिन में क्या क्या है, मॉडेम पोर्ट, मॉडेम UART, GPIO। Done. GPIO, UART, pen number change, UART, pen number change। बिल्ड करके देख लेते हैं। Knew it. Something failed. It says GPIO num undeclared, num 18। कहाँ से undeclared है तो? GPIO num itself is undeclared. How by? Do I need to include like STDIO? But STDIO is not for that. और इसके पहले तक कैसे बिल्ड हो रहा था? इसको कर लेते हैं। Maybe because it is being used right now, इसलिए। Okay, we'll go to the specific line. App name is line number 10 and 20. So go to line number 10 and 10. Yes, here only it says this. But आप एरर तो यही आ जाना चाहिए ना, यदि कुछ दिक्कत होता तो। ऐसे 17 में भी है उसको दिक्कत। Expansion. This is it is the problem is when it is trying to extract the value from here to here, तो वो वैल्यू मिल नहीं पा रहा है, ऐसा है क्या? Might be silly. I'll just give it a try to be sure. Problem is not bigger. No, it is not the problem. I still don't know how to do that thing. How do you define? Like, do you define without this thing? Is it like this? GPIO num 18, maybe something like this, but that doesn't feel right. Maybe we can do something here. Yes, GPIO num file break. Okay. Correct? Yeah. GPIO num. That's how we are defining, right? अच्छा, ये तो अपने ही कोड दिख रहे हैं। SPI common.h Maybe is it because of that, like, या फिर FreeRTOS हमें include करना चाहिए. Oh, driver.h, GPIO.h. Fuck, that makes lots of things. Lots of sense. What was it? GPIO.h? Driver/GPIO.h. Yeah. Now you will see that error is gone. Exactly. Because now this header had those definitions of what those GPIOs are defined. See? Now it works. Okay. So we were able to parameter set this modem, set the pins. अब individual pins का क्या क्या है वो हम देख लेंगे. And then driver install. Instead of this, let's say UART driver install. हाँ, UART पोर्ट थी, तो यहाँ पे जाएगा अपना मॉडर्न पोर्ट, मॉडर्न UART पोर्ट. Alright, then we'll have RX buffer size. हाँ, ये तो हमने डिफाइन. प्लीज कैसे लिखूंगा? UART, क्योंकि वो सजेशंस जो आता है ना, आई लाइक दैट. आई लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ डेवलपर्स, जो हार्डकोर डेवलपर्स होते हैं, वो लोग बोलते हैं ये सब गलत है, नहीं होना चाहिए. बट इसे व्हाई नॉट? लाइक programming is supposed to be not about remembering parameters and syntax. UART port T. So we have defined modem UART port. RX buffer type we have also defined. So we'll do. Yeah, I think दोनों का same ही है, right? RX buffer size, modem TX buffer size. But these two is done. Queue size, we'll keep it as 0 for now, क्योंकि हम कोई क्यू नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं. ये भी नहीं चाहिए हमें, ये भी नहीं चाहिए हमें. इसको हटा दो, ठीक है. Does it come cleaning? क्योंकि apparently we'll see word. Okay. By the way, if you see me being stuck somewhere, कि मैं स्क्रीन देख रहा हूँ, कुछ टाइप ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ, that could be because I'm figuring out new Vim keys. अरे this right. I think मिलते जाओ, लगे थोड़ी थोड़ी. तेरे दिल को तुम छोड़ना. Just write small comments. हमने किया क्या है यहाँ पे? Pod, date, data, ready, stop bit, ये सब का सेटअप किया हमने यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया? UART peripheral to GPIO pins. इस पिन से क्या है कनेक्शन वो हमने एस्टेब्लिश किया, और यहाँ पे हमने किया एलोकेट ड्राइवर बफर्स एंड इनेबल UART ड्राइवर। ठीक है, अब हम कर सकते हैं। So now this guy can talk to that board, right? इतना हमने कर लिया। तो बोर्ड बात क्या करेगा वो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल टू दिस कि ये ना कॉल करे, इस 80 कमांड्स भेजना है ना बेसिकली, स्टैटिक राइट मॉडम सेंड, और यहाँ पे आएगा इसको। बाय द वे विल रीस्ट्रक्चर दिस होल थिंग क्लीनली and there's no header below, so we directly will do this. Now we can, now that we have done that whole setup, we can just do UART write bytes, and you can do modem UART port comma that command SPR len. By the way, this is a very common practice which you will see with data. You have to send how much data you are sending, and you will see it in web technology also, right? वो data कितना, जैसे even HTML, so in that protocol when the HTML bytes are getting downloaded, that server or whoever is serving that file needs to send कि क्या भेज रहे हो भैया। Now one thing to notice or remember here is कि it is return based, not carriage return, not read and print response. This is another function we'll need. We'll do static void modem read yes, is it like account? ठीक है, I guess मैं खाने जाता हूँ, भूख लग गया यार, खा के आते हैं फिर I'll continue. I think we are very close to making that first automated call, and after that we'll start again. Thank you.